Hello, Terry here, and today we're going to play Secrets Untold. It's a visual novel developed by Legend X Game, who also developed... I forgot the name of the game. Wait. Battle Royale for Your Heart, that's one. And then... I forgot the name of the game. Forsaken Place, yes. Oh, God. Sorry for that. So yeah, this is another game developed by Legends X Game called Secrets Untold. It's a visual novel with a fantasy theme and 3-hour long story. God have mercy on me. Enough talk, let's play the game, shall we? Yeah, game. Oh, the cursor is small. It's like a needle. Yeah, step. Step. Okay, let's go. Can we step the...
child.
Oh, voice acting. Nice. To your dearest child. Can we step the antagonist with this tiny cursor? Like, yeah.
If you have found this letter, it can really only mean one thing. I am gone.
Gone where?
I implore you not to be angry at the world. Your mother has lived a very long life with a joy unknown to many people.
Awesome.
I was blessed to have been loved by you. The way that you look at me with those big eyes of yours as if I hold the entire world in my hands, and the way that you hang on to every word that I say, it truly makes me feel complete.
Aw, the joy of being a parent, isn't it?
You make me feel like for once I have done something right in my life.
Aw. Wait, how many mistakes did you make?
I can't sit here and pretend like it doesn't hurt to have to leave you. Saying goodbye is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Aw.
I wish that your smile could convince them to let me stay a little longer, so that I could tuck you in one last time and tell you a bedtime story.
Oh, a bedtime story.
Unfortunately, life can be cruel. Do not hold that against the world. Not everything will be so unfair.
Well, let's see about that. If I don't make some decision that will make our life even more unfair.
When you're older, you'll
Uh-huh.
forget all about your dear old mom, and someone will come along that shows you just how wonderful life can be again.
Well, I can totally show you the world if yes, as I said before, I didn't freak things up.
Hold on to that thought, because you're too amazing to let things pass you by.
Oh,
I promise you, life will not always be so dark. You can be the light.
oh, nice quote.
I love you.
Uh-huh. Another day, another job. Is that the mother or is that us? So we are at some kind of guild. Interesting. I waited patiently in line for the castle's order. The king had wanted new purple banner to be sewn and embroidered with high-quality fabric that he had imported from across the sea. Ooh, cool. I was to fetch the brand new fabric and bring it back to the castle for me and some other servants to hand embroider. This wasn't a hard task. In fact, it was one of the best things I could have been assigned to do in this beautiful sunny day. Oh, is that so? That's nice. Yeah, I lowered the volume a little bit. I just don't think that it's very small. No, I think it's very loud. That's what I was trying to say. I was very excited to have left the castle wall for the first time all week. Usually, Loretta volunteered to head into town, but she was busy preparing for Baldur's inauguration ceremony that will be in just few days. Who are all these characters? Loretta and Baldur? So I raised my hand as quickly as possible when the duties were announced so that I would get the opportunity to see an actual ship in person. Oh, ship! I've been trying to take on a task that involved visiting the dock for years now, but with imported goods being so rare, I was never really interested in the task. Well, that's still good. I mean, that's still good. It's because of the goods are rare, not because you're incompetent or clumsy, which is nice. Normally I stayed inside and mopped the castle floor, still important as Loretta had said, but way less exciting. You know what, why don't you just ignore the castle floors and lays around. I bet the king won't notice it. And I also bet that nothing bad will happen to the king, like conveniently slip and go to the afterlife. Who knows? Today was different, though. With Loretta's suggestion to the royal advisor, Sir Tyler, I was approved for the task.
Here you are, madam.
Oh.
Purple silk, hand woven. It must be for something very beautiful.
It is! Oh, I love the clerk voice. I simply nodded, taking the package from the clerk's hand. I was not, under any circumstances, allowed to speak of what was done at Castle Vestis. Why? I had once been overheard talking to another member of the help about what was on the menu for dinner that night. I had mentioned that we were out of veal. It wasn't veal that we were out of, it was a veil for the canopied bed that would be placed in one of the guest rooms. But I was only a child, so I didn't really know the difference. That didn't matter though, because there were rumors spreading throughout Vestis about the king not being able to feed his family for months after death. Oh, is that the problem of being a king, being gossiped around? Oh no, nice. One of the castle visitors must have overheard me, and well, the rest was history. Until the rumors stopped, I wasn't allowed to eat more than 2 meals a week. Really? That'd be torture for anyone else, but I had my ways of getting food. No, that's inhuman. What the frick?
Why are you crying?
Ah, young Balder.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Tell your dad I'm sorry.
Callista, is that or a character back then?
You're hungry, aren't you? Here, I brought you some food.
Ooh, food. Pizza, pizza, pizza.
But your dad.
Ah, but your dad. Your dad tells people not to give me food for 2
Don't
weeks.
tell anyone.
For a
okay?
week. Just 2 meals. Yeah, it's better. Don't tell anyone, okay?
Balder. Thank you.
Aw. Why don't you show their faces? But that's okay. The moment brought a smile to my face. There were more times than one that the prince had bailed me out of a particularly bad situation. He did what he could with his overbearing father always looming over his shoulder. I quietly thanked the clerk and left the building before I was peppered with any question that I wasn't allowed to answer. All of the UI design, though. Look at this. Very nice. Look at all of this. Oh, the ship was still here. Ah, you look so happy. I walked towards the boarding area and watched as both people and goods were loaded into the boat. It must have been nice to get away from Aurea. Though I was raised in Castle Vestis by the servants, I had always had a feeling that was not where I belonged. My hand found its way to the amulet around my neck. I remember the queen giving me this necklace before she had passed away. Balder's mother had told me it was the only thing besides my basket that I had by my side when she found me on the palace steps 18 years ago. Oh. Since then, I had always had this necklace with me. It was a constant reminder that at once I was somebody. What do you mean? Even right now, you are still somebody. You are... I forgot your name. I could only assume that my own mother gave me this necklace to remember her by. But even that I couldn't be sure of. I was told a long time ago by Loretta that this vibrant red gem inside of my necklace could not be found in any stores in Aurea. It was one of a kind like me, oh. But I didn't feel one of a kind, oh. I never felt one of a kind. I had always just been Callista, the servant girl, blending into every single crowd. Not even the stupid necklace could help with that. So was it wrong of me to want to get on that ship and sail far away from this place? The only thing keeping me here was the love of my life. Who? Though sometimes I feared that not even he could fill the empty hole in my heart. Oh. I clutched the package tightly to my chest. There was no use dreaming when the real world would come and slap my hand away. If I didn't get this package to the castle in one piece, I'd be sure in some serious trouble. Oh, we'll see about that. Is this a kinetic visual novel or one where you can pick a choice? If it's a kinetic, then you're pretty much safe. But if it's not, well,
Let's just hope I didn't pick something wrong, okay?
I quickly began to walk away from the boat when I heard some very loud whispers.
Is that her?
Oh.
The servant girl that the prince proposed to?
Ah, so that's your... What do you mean by lover? Yeah, so that's what you mean by lover. Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's the servant girl, if you...
Oh,
Talking
hush,
about
those are just
her.
rumors. He
Rumors?
could have
Okay.
anyone in Vestus. Why would he pick some errand girl? Especially someone as plain as her.
Because she's better than you?
I don't know. My friend who works in
Uh-huh.
the castle says Balder proposed to a servant girl with green hair.
Servant girl with green hair, okay.
I just can't believe the most sought-after man would choose a servant instead of a noble who can further his interests.
Uh-huh, I know. I mean, better than you too.
I guess you're right. Vestus would be doomed if a servant girl was at the helm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vestus will be doomed if you two are on the helm too.
Imagine
Even
a
more.
child, totally unfit to rule the future generations. We don't need lowly bloodlines tainting our kingdom.
Ha, don't worry about a child. You two already make it worse now. Their kingdom? Those girls acted as if Vestis wasn't a place that I live in my whole life. They acted like you didn't wake up every single morning looking at the same exact sunrise that they did. I was walking on the same street as them right now. I looked longingly at the ship that was pulling away from the port. On days like today, it was so easy to want to run away. Vestis was here where I live, but it wasn't my home. I clutched the silk fabric closer to my chest and began to walk away. I had to get back to the castle. Okay. Ooh, nice hallway. Nice, I like it. Back in the castle, I was met with orders, and you guessed it, more orders. A simple thank you for delivering the precious silk safely to the other servants would have been nice. But instead, Loretta barked at me for taking too much time and demanded I clean up the halls. It was more of a motherly warning to finish my work or I get in trouble with the king, but still, some gratitude around here wouldn't hurt. In fact, since I was treated so very poorly today, I believe that I needed a break from my duties. A walk around the castle grounds would serve me well.
What the
And
heck are you Oh, sir, Balder, I apologize for being in your way.
first, that's kinda rude, Callista. Second, what would you do if that's a noble like this situation? What will you do if that's the king? So that's your fiancé, Sir Balder, the prince. I looked down at my feet and pushed my jade hair behind my ear. I definitely wasn't expecting to see the prince bulging around the hall so early. Balder was usually studying with his private tutor around this time. Perhaps he had ended early or was taking a break. Or perhaps he's sneaking around.
Callista.
Ah, Callista. The aesthetic tone of his voice always brought a smile to my face, even when I was feeling particularly down like today. Just seeing how happy he was to bump into me made me feel like nothing I overheard earlier mattered.
No need to be so formal. The nobles aren't around.
You're a noble. Oh, he was right. Sometimes I got so caught up in all the pleasantries that I would completely forgot that I could let my guard down around him. Ah, I see.
Good. I don't know how much longer I can be so formal. I just want to put on some pants and run around in the forest a bit.
So you're still formal. You should try those, just be free and be some kind of crazy person running around the forest naked. Yeah, that is the most informal one. I wrapped my hands on the long brown cotton skirt that I would not doubt strip off when no one was looking. I hated this thing, but I needed to wear some sort of dress when I could potentially be visible to other people.
That's a terrible idea, darling. How are you supposed to help me rule Vestus if you're soaked in mud?
No, I don't want to rule Vestis. I will just go into the forest and become monkey, like I said before. Alright, the people of Vestis weren't ready for a queen that didn't sit pretty and let her husband take charge. The people of Vestis want a poor, clean-faced beauty with pure blood to smile and wave at them.
Can we talk about something else?
Sure. It was easier not to think about such things, especially when King Rory would never allow Baldur's dream union between the two of us to come true. Oh. Step, 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 step your nose, step, step, step. Though Baldur had insisted on me being his bride, there was no proposal as the girls had said in town earlier. Just beautiful, flowery words like always. I wondered if he realized that his words of marriage made my heart skip a beat. Did he know that I really truly wanted to be his bride despite my fears and anxieties?
I'm only joking. In fact,
Uh-huh.
I'd like to join you in your mud bath if I may, once all the ceremonies are over.
Oh, mud bath. Mud bath. I cannot say that. Mud bath time. Yeah, mud bath time. No, he must not have realized that I took his word to heart. Baldur was far too relaxed about it all. He would be sworn in as rightful heir of the throne in just a few days. He wasn't ready to stand up to his father or his people for that matter. That was okay. I would play the part of excited fiancé for as long as I could in the small chance that things would be different this time around. If I believe in it hard enough, perhaps Baldur wouldn't leave my side. Aw, perhaps.
I'm going to be the Queen of Vestis, and you're totally okay with me rolling around in the mud?
I bit my lip playfully, inching towards him to close the gap between us. Oh, okay. If there was not the throne of Vestis looming over the both of us, things would have been different. All of our moments together could have been fun like they used to be. Oh. Baldur took a step backwards from me, but he still wore that brilliant smile of his. It lit up any room he was in. I could hardly be upset at him when he looked at me like that. That same smile comforted me when I was scared. When I was a scared child who would roam the halls when I couldn't sleep. When I had been yelled at by Loretta for spending too long on a single task, and when I cried for not fitting in like the others who walk around Vestis.
I like that about you. Your undying thirst for adventure excites me.
Uh-huh.
You can never sit still, and I have this desire to watch you frolic around just to see the trouble that you get yourself into.
Just to see the trouble? Okay. Yeah.
What are you doing in that tree?
Young Baldur sounds so... Okay.
I just want a juicy apple.
Uh-huh.
I'm so close. I can almost taste it.
Okay. And you fell.
Huh? That didn't hurt at all.
I'm pretty sure Baldur is hurt in one way or another.
That's because you're on
Yeah.
my back.
Baldur, you good?
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sorry, Baldur. I definitely don't break your back or anything. Falling from a high tree like that. I couldn't help but giggle thinking about the memory. I used to drag Baldur into all of my trouble, and instead of getting angry, he would watch and step in if I needed any help, which I usually did. Baldur had done a lot for me growing up, and I could never repay him for looking out for me.
thank you.
Ah. Baldur pat my head affectionately. Wait. Affectionately. That's how you read it, right? No, don't correct me. Don't try to correct me on this one. Affectionately. Oh god, I cannot speak English, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, footsteps. Baldur seemed startled by the sound of footsteps approaching. He jumped up slightly, arms falling straight to his sides.
Do you hear that? It might be the palace guards. We should straighten ourselves out a bit.
Yep, indeed. As someone sees us being unceremonious, of course. Baldur's fear of going against tradition really got in the way of things sometimes. With the inauguration ceremony coming up, I understood his caution, but I hardly doubted the guards could do much damage with their words. The tension only rose between my Vians and I. Baldur pursed his lips and let out a small sigh.
I should be going to fill out more paperwork.
Oh,
This time it's
paperwork,
palace
no.
inventory. What a drag.
What a wreck indeed. Why can't you just hire someone to fill the paperwork? I needed to go back to work. Things didn't change for me because the prince and I love each other. It didn't change things for Balder either. We both still had to do what we were told.
I should probably go find Loretta.
Okay, find Loretta then. I took a step away from Balder, waiting for him to leave first so I could pick up my work from earlier. He looked hesitant to leave, taking a step backward on his own before opening his mouth to speak again.
No need to worry, darling.
Oh.
We'll be in the garden tonight.
Oh, being sneaky, aren't we? Okay.
Same time as usual?
Oh, same time as usual. Interesting. I thought that because Balder was preparing for a ceremony in a few days that he would put a halt to our nightly garden visits that we had been sneaking away to every night since we were 12 years old. Oh, nice. Balder nodded his head. He placed a finger on his lips as if motioning that this was our little secret. Leaving Balder, I felt happier than I did earlier, but even less assured that the kingdom future would be fine with our relationship. How are you two able to sneak around from when you were 12 years old without getting caught once? Unbelievable. I know that Loretta was setting up the balloon room. To be honest, a balloon room will be cool in this place. Ballroom where the ceremony will be held in, she had been doing it for a few days now. First she washed all of the fabric, then she dusted all of the furniture, and now she was probably mopping the floors to make sure they were shiny. My job after retrieving the fine purple silk from the port was to embroider it with the Parisi sigil. Easy peasy. Loretta had been doing an amazing job already because when I entered the ballroom, I was in total shock. Everything looked so pristine.
If you're really going to be
Oh.
queen in a few days, you're going to have to work on being more prompt.
Loretta, how old are you? What the heck? Where did that voice come from? I saw the vibrant red curtain shake and I know that Loretta must have been behind them. The other day she did say something about setting up the platform that Balder would speak on.
Sorry, I was caught up doing something.
Uh-huh.
Get a move on. We don't have all year.
Yeah, I was busy flirting with the prince. I heard her feet shuffle and I ran toward the fabric that was laid out for me. I needed to get to work right away before I agitated her while she was busy. Okay. The night. I really did work all day. Ha ha ha. Ouch. It was for Balder's ceremony, so I didn't mind too much, but it would have been nice to have had some time for myself, aside from scarfing my dinner down quickly. The only thing left to do now was to head to the garden where Balder will be waiting for me. With him, I get to end my night with a moment of peace and enjoyment. Okay. The garden was so beautiful and so peaceful, I really love it here. Balder was sitting in a chair, rubbing his fingers along the table absent-mindedly. I approached slowly as not to startle him. Seeing him sitting there all by himself with his head in the clouds brought back so many memories. Another flashback.
I wish we could be like this forever.
Why is all of the flashback is like there's a white thing over there? I don't understand. Is there something weird going on? I wish we could be like this forever.
We can.
Oh, we can?
No, we can't.
Okay.
You have to wake up early for your studies tomorrow, and I have work to do.
Huh.
It's not what I meant. When we're old enough,
Oh.
get married, then I'll be able to get you out of being a servant.
Oh.
You would do that for me?
Why, of course. He probably will.
Of
Right?
course. You're the only person I want to marry anyway.
Oh. If only life was as simple as it was back then, we didn't have all of Vestis against us. Balder looked up and coughed sight of me.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good?
I'm fine.
Fine. I was fine because I had to be. My mind fluttered back to the boat I had seen at port earlier. Would be so easy to sail away from my problems. Far away, Balder and I could be together without him having to worry about appeasing his father and me having to worry about ruining his reputation. There will be no secret meetings or forced distance, just like he had promised. We could be like this forever.
Let's run away together.
Whoa! Why did you just suddenly suggest it like there's no second thought or anything? What? The words had left my mouth before I could even think about them. Oh, okay. This castle was even more stifling than than Baldur's father tradition and even the townspeople. Look at Baldur. Being stuck here doing the same thing every single day, having to be treated like I was less than another human whose blood ran as red as mine, was all becoming too much for me. Perhaps you should test their blood, like, when you meet someone that mocks you on the street, just stab him and see if the blood is like you or not. Yeah, just my suggestion. Don't follow it. Running away from this place will be good for Baldur and I, though. I knew it was unfair to ask him to leave his family and his land behind. The frown on Baldur's face confirmed the harsh reality that he wasn't willing, or at least ready, to leave Vestis behind in the dust.
Your sarcasm isn't as lively as it usually is.
Perhaps because it isn't a sarcasm. Baldur was taught from a young age never to speak plainly because it was seen as an unbecoming of royalty. That same behavior spilled out behind closed door when it was just the two of us. Why couldn't he just say what he meant? Why did he insist upon skirting this issue? Was being king all that was important to him, or did I mean something too? I felt the tears welling in my eyes.
Please don't cry.
Yeah, please don't cry.
You expect me to be happy?
Yeah. I expect you to be happy.
Of course not. I know this is hard
Oh,
for you.
okay.
And I know you're confused, but
Baldur, see it as this way. When you say you expect her to be happy, that does not mean forcing her to be queen and then leave all this tradition and, expect her to be happy. What I mean by yes, when I say that I expect her to be happy, is that her wish will be fulfilled in a way. That's how I say it. I don't know how to explain in English. You could just say is that let her live her own life. But what? He was going to promise to make it all better and protect me like he had always done. What I needed was for him to take both on me and our relationship seriously. I didn't need Baldur to act as if he had wanted to marry me, but never take the initiative to convince his father or the people of Vestis that I mattered. I was tired of being his secret for the garden only.
What's so wrong with me?
Nothing. He looked taken aback for a moment. Baldur put a hand on my shoulder and I didn't shrink away. Rather, I remained still and contemplated my next course of action. I wanted to lean into him and let him wipe the tears away from my eyes. But we weren't children anymore. He couldn't save me with a promise he couldn't keep.
Nothing is wrong with you. You're beautiful and intelligent and sweet.
Yep. He said that so confidently, but if that were true, why did I feel unsure?
Why can't I be queen?
Huh. The expression on Baldur's face had gone from shock to realization. Things had always stemmed down to the same disparity between Baldur and I. I was a servant girl and he was a royalty. I couldn't make our dreams come true alone. Baldur had to stand up for the two of us. Though the man I loved wasn't able to meet my eyes, and that hurt worst of all.
What do you want me to tell you? It's a sad fact I've had to face the moment I became old enough to take the throne. Tradition is safe, change is not.
Yep. That's the moment you know that you too has to go on your own set path of happiness. Yeah, that's what I meant when I say let her be happy. Yeah, that's more clear.
Some people can't accept change. They're so used to tradition that when they begin to see things done differently, they act in ways they might not have otherwise.
Yeah. At this point, you know that both of your happiness is not in the same path right now. Just go.
I want what's best for the kingdom. I would
Yes, you aren't.
I know that, and you know that. But the others, all they know about you is your name.
Yeah.
You mean the name I don't have.
Oh. I was the orphan girl left on the palace doorstep with an origin unknown. Why bet an eyelash for an anonymous girl?
You're a Parisi, and you'll always be one, no matter what happens.
No matter, eh? If only things were that simple, I shut my eyes and let the tears dance from my eyelashes. I had to play the part of doting fiancé because I couldn't afford to lose the only person who had made me feel like I was important. I didn't really have much else to cling to.
Everything will be fine. Don't worry. You're safe with me.
Oh, Baldur, no. Perhaps, but she wouldn't be happy. I know that from experience, Baldur. If you two cannot unite, if you both cannot unite, then for now let her go. Be a king. Let her live her own life and be happy. Just try to support her, but for now, you two cannot unite at all. Don't give her hope all the time, if you can't fulfill it. Change the world. Yeah, that's the meme. Change the world, my final message, but you got what I mean. Either way, I have to end the video right here because it's been more than 30 minutes for me. It was quite interesting, to be honest. I love this story. So that's all for Secrets Untold right now. See you later then in the next episodes of Secrets Untold. Bye bye.